How are you? My name is Michelle Connor. I'm your VCS for Living Environment. Today we're going to be looking at the Adaptation for Populations, or the Deer Mouse Interactive Simulation. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need a copy of the student worksheet. So if you go to slide 13, you click on the student worksheet. It'll bring you into a Google Doc. Now remember, the most important thing is that you go ahead and make a copy of this. This way if you have to edit anything, you can. And remember how to do that is File, and then make a copy. It loads. So File, make a copy. And then you'll be able to save it to your drive. Now what the students have to do is it gives you some examples. There's multiple trials for each situation. And then it gives you have to find the average percent, which the equations, the average and then the average percent are here. So you have two different environments. You have a field environment and a beach environment. The first situation looks at the number of light and dark mice in the environment with hawks. So for the first section, you're going to add the hawks. LMD is light, medium, dark. You're going to look for the total number of light mice, medium mice, and dark mice, and then find the totals. Then you're going to find the averages across, and then the percent. Any notes or findings that they have, and then you're going to do the same thing with no hawks. And then again, there's notes and findings at the bottom. So we'll go ahead and show you how to do one of these. So what we did is we opened the interactive. We clicked on the Deer Mouse Interactive Simulation. It opens us up to this. Get rid of this for you. So the first thing we could do is we could look at a sample on the side. If you pick some mice, pick some different ones, you'll be able to see if they're female, male, heterozygote. So it looks like we have some males, we have some females. These females are heterozygotes here. So if we look at the student activity, that's just to get some information. The first one is a field environment. So if we look, we have the field, or if we click change, that's the beach. So this is our environment. And the first one is with hawks. So we have to go ahead and add the hawks. So we're going to click add hawks. You'll see them pop up on your screen. It says our final number of mice in population over 60 months. So we're going to stop it at 60. So if you go to the side, there's a graph, and it'll show the months on the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit run. And we're just going to let this go. So you'll see the legend on the bottom. It'll say light, medium, and dark. You also have some graphs that you can graph the genotypes or the alleles if you wanted to go ahead and get a little bit further into it. But for this one, we're just looking at the fur colors. Then we're going to stop it when it gets to 60. Now I like to let it go just a little bit further just so I have a little bit more room. And then what we can do is we can look. So for light brown, there's only one mouse left. For medium brown, there's 17. And for dark brown, there's 32. So we would go ahead and type those numbers in to our, so light 1, medium, we said 17, and then dark 32. And then we go ahead and we just hit reset. Now when you reset, you have to reset everything. So we're going to reset the hawks. It resets it back to 0, and then we're going to hit run again. And that's how we're going to do our trials. Then what you would do after you get all your trials, we're going to add the hawks and then change to the beach. So now that we're on the beach, we still have our hawks. We're going to hit run. We're going to wait to 60. You could start even just seeing the changes that are occurring. That's a good thing to start discussion with your kids. Like, what are you noticing? What are you wondering? See, think, wonder would be really good as maybe put in that note sections for them. Remember, we're going to 60. I like to go a little bit past just so I have a little bit more wiggle room as far as reading it. So I have no dark brown, so 0 dark brown mice, 3 medium brown, and 44 light brown. And again, that would be recorded in our table. Then the kids would go ahead and do their math that they have to do, their averages and their percentages. Then they're going to go ahead and do the same thing, but they're going to do it with no hawk. So all they would do is they would reset. You'd start on the field, and instead of adding hawks or anything, you'd literally just hit run and see what happens. And that's how you do the simulation.